Hey everybody, welcome to our team call today.
Welcome, welcome.
I love these meetings because here we are on all separate sides of the country and some of us in Canada, and we get to meet face to face as a team. And
Yeah, it's really fun. I enjoy it.
I just have to say, Chea, I'm really happy to see your cat in the background walking around.
I know, right? He was missing right before we were supposed to be meeting to talk about our team call. And I was freaking out because he's 19 and I was worried that something bad had happened to him. I almost had to cancel, but there he is. He just literally appeared out of thin air. I have no idea where he was. I was walking around here for 30 minutes, calling him, shaking food, looking under beds, inside drawers, thought maybe I put him in the washing machine, opened up the oven. Like I had no idea where he was, but he appeared out of thin air. So he's here.
I'm so glad that he's okay. And that just goes to show you, we're all real, and this is.
Yeah. It would have ruined my day, let me tell you what.
Well, I'm glad that he's okay. Well, I'm very excited to share our 10 tips for success.
10 tips.
We've been working on putting together a list for a while now, and we thought that it would be really fun to share our tips because I've been a coach. In November, it will be 7 years, and I really just signed up to be a coach just for the discount. I couldn't afford Shakeology, and I thought, I need to buy this stuff. I'm not a shake person, but I'm going to buy it because I believe in it. And I signed up knowing that the next order would come out, and I was freaking out because I couldn't afford it, and I didn't tell my husband, my ex-husband, that I had ordered it, and I hid it in the cupboard, and I was determined to make enough money to pay for it the next month, and so I wouldn't feel as guilty telling him that I signed up to be a coach. Well, now it's my full-time job. This is what I do, and I'm excited to share it with you, and that's my story in a nutshell. Chea, tell everybody about you. Just a little recap.
Oh my goodness. Well, I didn't know we were going to do that today. So my name is Chea. I am the founder of Team Life by Design. And the idea behind my business is really just to create that life that you really want. I felt like I was sort of stuck in this hole that I had put myself in of what my life was going to be. I thought I had it all figured out. I was going to marry the perfect man, have the perfect career, have perfect kids, and life would then just involve being fabulous all the time. And when I did all of those things, but I still wasn't happy, I couldn't figure out what went wrong. Right? Like I had the perfect husband, I had a wonderful job and a career I loved, I had wonderful kids, but yet I was still not fulfilled and happy. And so this is my idea of I'm now going to reinvent my life and figure out what I can do that's going to be the life that I really want. So that's what I did. I also became a coach for a discount only, had no intention of ever working it as a business because I was a full-time veterinarian and mom. And gradually I stepped away from veterinary practice and made coaching more and more a part of our financial income. So I now only work as a veterinarian once a month, and coaching is pretty much my full-time job. And that's perfect for me. I still get to go play with the kitties and puppies, and I still get to use my veterinary brain and interact with the clients that I love, but I don't have all the stress and frustration that comes along with working full-time with that. So that's me.
I love that we share that similarity because when I signed up to be a coach, I was also a salon owner and hairdresser. I was very proud of the fact that I had started this business, and it would be 13, I think almost 14 years in January. And so I had no intention of making coaching my full-time job. And I actually am no longer a salon owner, and I retired from the salon and hair business just a few months ago when I got married. And that was pretty much a big deal for me because I was going in maybe once a month, twice a month. And, coaching is how I pay the bills and how I paid the bills when I was a single mom for 3 years. And now it's how I support my family. And I feel really grateful and blessed that I found this opportunity and this community of women. And so we're here to tell you about our tips for success and tell you that, you know what, if you guys put in the time, the work, the effort, and are consistent, that you could be successful too, that you could quit your job as a veterinarian. I mean, she's a doctor, guys. And I was able to quit my full-time business that I invested thousands of dollars, had to get a loan from the bank, and my $39 investment turned out to be my full-time career. Pretty awesome. So do you want to take the odd number tips?
Okay, sure. Yeah, I can do that. Lovely. All right. Tip number 1. And I think we could put these in a doc and share them in the Success Solutions page, right? Yeah, just share this.
I have them in a doc on our little page here.
Yeah, so we'll just share it in there later, so you guys don't have to worry about writing them down, but you can take notes if you want. So the first tip is to stop comparing yourself and your business to everyone else's. Be inspired by people's success, but don't be jealous of them. You have your own unique talents, and you're going to attract people who are like you to your life by just being you. I really, really, really love this tip, because as newer coaches and coaches that are struggling to be successful, it's very easy to start looking at other coaches and seeing their success and just try to emulate what they do, right? Like, I mean, we've all been there where you followed some top coach and thought, well, she posts 3 times a day and she posts about this and this, so I'm going to do that. Or you see someone doing something and you think, well, I'm going to do that. You have to find your own way. It's okay to take ideas and kind of emulate that and try to make it your own, but you do have to be your own, because at the end of the day, they can get whatever the product it is from 400,000 other people. The only reason they're going to choose to get it from you is you. They're buying you. They're not buying the Shakeology and the program. So you must infuse you into everything you do.
Exactly. They buy from you because they know you, like you, and trust you. And, you can't be everybody else. I know sometimes I look at pictures of the top coaches like Lindsay Matway. Oh my gosh, how cute is she? I mean, she has the same struggles that everybody else does, and it's unfair. I actually read this quote the other day that it is insulting yourself when you compare yourself to somebody else, because you are unique, you're beautiful, and own that. Okay, tip number 2. Success comes when you love your product more, when you love people more than you love your product. Come from a place of helping and sharing rather than a place of selling. Think like a customer. What does your customer want? What problems can you solve? And that goes a lot into your customer avatar, really going through an exercise. And if you guys Google or even YouTube, you can find customer avatar assignment. I mean, there's so much out there. Questions of people who are looking for you. Usually, as Shalene Johnson says, your customer avatar is somebody who is a lot like you, who's going through the same things you went through, but maybe you're only a few steps ahead of them. So think like a customer. Don't be all about like, oh my gosh, I have 2 spots left in my challenge group and join it, or you're never going to be able to join because I'm never going to offer this again. And you go through the news feed and you see like 10 other people posting exactly the same thing, and they hide you because they think you're annoying. I see it all the time. It's the biggest mistake that you can make. You got to infuse like you and like what problems you've been able to solve by using our products and programs.
Yeah, I mean, you can go back also. I think, gosh, this would have been this summer maybe. I did that PowerPoint on your customer, how to find the perfect customer. And it has tons of questions in there on creating your customer avatar and what the tips are for figuring that out. And that all came from the marketing impact training that Charity and Sherry and I did. That would, be helpful to going back and looking through that. And you can find the team call that we did on that as well. I think that the PowerPoint is in the file section on the Success Solutions page. So
And you guys know how to do a search on a page. Like there's a little box up in the top right-hand corner under the picture where you can type in keywords and then it'll come up. So look for avatar on the Success Solutions page.
This is one of my favorite ones. I'm really good at this because I'm never in my comfort zone. Stay out of your comfort zone. It's the only place to be if you want success. What are you going to do today to push the boundaries of your comfort zone? Oh my gosh. Like, well, we know, I mean, I know that Tony's been pushing herself out of her comfort zone lately with doing a lot of live video. I know Carly is constantly coming up with new things that she can try. And really, like, if you're comfortable with where you're at, you're not growing. I mean, that's just how it is. If you're always comfortable with exactly what you're doing and how you're doing it, then you're not growing. So constantly be pushing your boundaries and getting yourself out of your comfort zone. I live outside of my comfort zone with that little pit in my stomach feeling all the time. So,
and we might have talked about this on our last call about how, you know, if you get that feeling where you're like, oh my gosh, I can't do this, and your hands are all sweaty and you're like sick to your stomach, that is the universe telling you that you must do it. And that feeling, if you get real comfortable, getting uncomfortable, is the universe saying that this is going to be big for you and you better do it. And just embrace it.
yeah.
It's all part of growing a business and being successful. Okay. Next tip, personal development. It is key to your success in business and life. When you are happy, joyful, and grateful about your life, you will be able to help more people find their joy, happiness, and success. What are you listening to right now? And I'm excited that I got this one because oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I ordered Gabby Bernstein's new book, and it came out today. And the mail lady just dropped it off, and I got the audiobook. So I was outside right before this call listening to it and just loving every second of it. And I was able to share that in a post on my personal page. And I really noticed that when I'm listening or reading to something that is really amazing, I'm able to be more inspirational to my coaches, to my customers, and share more beautiful, authentic quotes. I don't have to go to Shalene Johnson's page and share something from her because I'm thinking of something amazing that I could share and find, help people find inspiration. So don't skip your personal development. It is key.
Yeah, and I think, this is interesting. I was having a conversation with another coach about this recently, and she was just saying that there's a lot of people doing a lot of personal development, and they're forgetting the professional development part of that, which is things that are to help us grow our business, like reading GoPro or, whatever the one might be that you're reading. Jab, Jab, Right Hook is another good one. There's lots of them out there. And I kind of go back and forth on this one. I think the first few years I only did professional development. Like it was whatever book I could read that was going to help me grow as a business person. That's what I was doing. And I honestly think I lacked in personal development for a long time, like really like growing me and my own person for probably the last year. That might be why I was starting to feel like something was wrong. Like I wasn't feeling really good anymore, about me and what was going on with me. And we had a whole lot of crap happening in our world. But lately, I've kind of been splitting up my time. So I usually have 2 books on hold, on hand. Right now, it's Jab, Jab, Right Hook, which I'm reading again. And I'm also reading Brene Brown. I love her. I'm reading Daring Greatly. And she's just, oh no, I'm not. I just finished that one. I'm reading Rising Strong now. So, and I'm totally in love with her. Like, I swear she must know exactly what I need to hear every day because it's just like, yes, 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 that's me. So I'd recommend a little bit of both. You need something that's going to help you grow as a business person, but you also need and I have people ask me what personal development book do you recommend? When you're talking about personal development, like really growing as a person, you need to think about what is it that you need.
Yeah.
Right? There's something inside of you that you need. I needed right now to learn how to rise strong, to learn how to come from a place of, having some hard things happen and rise above them and come back stronger than ever. So I'm reading Rising Strong. Maybe you need confidence. Maybe you need to learn more about why we struggle as confidence with women in business. That freaking Girl Code is like one of the best books ever. I love it. So really think about, like, what is it that you really need? Another one that I love is Peaks and Valleys. That's such a great book. Really talks about like the ebb and flow of life and what you do when you're down in a valley to get you back up on that peak, and what you do when you're in a peak and things are going great to resist going back down into a valley. So that's my 2 cents on that.
I love that you said that, because I'm all about the professional development too, and I definitely think there is a balance between it. And listening to the National Wake Up Call is one way that you can develop yourself. One of the things we heard at Summit this year, and I know that Megan was in this session. Hey, Megan. But I don't remember who else was in the session with me, but they said, or maybe it's Gary Vee. He's like, put some money into the game. Like, if you need to buy a course to help you learn to do whatever, put some money into it, because it's not just investing into you, it's investing into your dreams, into your life, into your future. And I just signed up for another course I shared with you. It's all about branding, and I'm really excited about it. I'll tell you about it if you want to know. But I mean, that is what really lights me up, is always working to get better as a coach and never being afraid to recreate the wheel and revamp what you're doing.
Yeah.
I can go on. We can go on. This could be a whole call, seriously.
Yeah, it could. We'll probably that to them.
Yeah.
Okay. Not today. Not today. Next one.
Yeah.
All right. This business is about sharing. Our next tip. When you come from a place of truly wanting to help people and sharing what you love, you won't feel afraid to invite people to your challenge group or coaching opportunity. We have something that's changing lives. Don't ever be afraid to share. One of my favorite stories is when I get a new coach and they say, but I don't want to sell. Like, I don't think I can sell. And I'm always like, well, thank goodness, because I don't want you to sell anything. Like, ugh, how creepy. But people are like, well, I don't understand. Like, isn't that what you're doing? And so here's how I relate to it, because, I'm a veterinarian. So when Fluffy comes into the clinic, and she is like super sick. Okay, Fluffy's a cat, and she's really sick. She's been vomiting. She's got diarrhea. She's like, she can't walk. Like, she's so sick. And she comes into the clinic, and mom is just a mess. Like, she's so nervous. She's scared out of her mind. She doesn't know what to do. And she's really worried that she's going to lose Fluffy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, Mrs. Smith. Like, let me take a look at her. Let me see what's going on. Explain to me what she's feeling, what you're thinking about her. All right, well, I think probably what we need to do is we need to get some blood work, and we need to get her on some fluids so she'll feel better. I'll do some x-rays and see if there's something going on inside. We'll get her right into the hospital, and I'll have her feeling better just as soon as I can. I'll keep you updated. We'll stay in contact, and we'll see how things go. Okay. Did I just sell, and Carly probably knows what the invoice is. Did I just sell, we worked together in veterinary practice for a long time. I just sold her $1,500, would you say, about, right, Carly? Worth of diagnostics and testing and treatments and everything, and my brain. It was probably about $1,500 that I sold her. But what I was trying to do was help her, because she told me what her problem was. She expressed me how upset she was about it, and I had a solution that could probably help, so I was offering her that solution. I don't think of that as selling. I feel like I'm helping her with a solution. So when someone says to me, I'm exhausted and I'm tired and I don't have enough energy and I'm tired of my jeans not fitting and, I'm tired of feeling crappy about myself and feeling depressed, well, I've got a solution for that. It works. I've seen it work with my own life. Let me help you. That is how I think of what it is that we do.
Exactly. And I mean, all the time I'm telling people I've never sold a darn thing in my life. I don't sell stuff at all. And a lot of times we hear from coaches, Oh my gosh, people just aren't buying from me because they say it's too expensive. And that is something that I like to say that first of all, you got to check your own mindset. Do you think Shakeology is too expensive? Because I know a lot of people on our team and in this business, they've afforded Shakeology even when they could barely pay the bills. There's actually a coach on our team who like sold her grandma's jewelry to afford her Shakeology. And
Oh, goodness.
actually like she couldn't afford it, but she believed so strongly in the product that she was willing to do whatever it takes. So if you have somebody who's saying it's too expensive, maybe the vibe that you're putting out is that you think it's too expensive. But go back to the basics and realize why you bought it. I couldn't afford Shakeology when I bought it. And I wasn't even a shake person. I had a belief in the product, and I've never once apologized for the price of Shakeology because it's worth every penny and more. And first of all, I'm sorry, I'm distracted. Megan shared a really great post today. She shared that she was folding laundry and taking care of the kids, and how awesome is it that she gets to get paid to work her business and be, I can't remember what she said, like a housewife. It was a perfect way to share the business opportunity. And I'm giving you high 10 because that was awesome. And I mean, we could take notes of how people are sharing the business, the products, about how we're sharing our own story, because that's really what it comes down to, is solving problems like we talked about before. Okay, let's see here. Next tip. Okay, we're back on personal development. Like I said, this list is in no order. Okay, so personal development doesn't have to be a chore. You can do it while you are doing your chores. I love to listen to audiobooks and podcasts when I'm driving, doing laundry, cooking, cleaning, and let's see. When I do my personal and professional development daily, I feel more confident and able to serve people better. I also feel more inspired in my daily posts on Facebook. I highly recommend each of you download the Audible app. If you don't have it, you need to get it. It is amazing. When you sign up, it's kind of through Amazon. They're linked. And your first download is free, or at least it was for several years. I'm pretty sure it is. I have a membership. I discontinued it for a long time, but I'm back on it because I am like addicted to personal development. And another little tip is I downloaded Girl Code. Some of you guys know this. I've been sharing on my business page videos how I decided to listen to the audiobook, and I shared it with my 8-year-old. And she absolutely loves it because we were able to have conversations about life and all the different things. My favorite was the F word. She's like, she knows it because the F word is actually fear. And we've been talking about conquering fear, and it's just really opened up a lot of conversations. And I think the video, the live stream I did with Olivia was probably my most viewed and shared and commented on than any other video I've ever done. So if you have kids, which, yeah, all of us do personal development with your kids. I mean, it's really great, and share that with your friends and your followers, and, you know, be that example, because more people need more positivity. Right now, I'll just say as a side note, I'm reading Fearless and Fabulous, and every single day I've been sharing with Olivia on the way to school a little motivational thing that I've read in the book. And, you know, I think that's really good for our girls, probably our boys too. I only have girls.
Growth development, let me tell you.
Yeah.
I think it's really funny that we chose to do these this way, because the next one is time management. And if you know me at all, you know that's like one, although I'm sucking terribly at time management these days.
Early to the call. I mean,
I certainly do enjoy it, though. Time management is the only way I get the things done that I need to get done. You know, I wouldn't get as much done as I do get done without it. It's the key to success, right? So one of the things, I do actually do this, putting a timer on my phone and then put it on airplane mode. I've had to start doing that to get my power hour done, or else I just, bells and whistles, lights and bings going off, and I can't concentrate. So I do often put my phone on airplane mode and set a timer for these things so that I don't get too distracted and take too long. One of my favorite tips for getting a lot done, your brain only has a certain length of time that you can focus without it completely depleting all your energy. And so I got this tip from Chalene Johnson. I actually set my timer for 45 minutes, not an hour. And I will take a break for 15 minutes. So I'll go dance. I will take a walk with Maverick, listen to some music, something like that, just to go empty the dishwasher, something mindless, just that I can refresh my brain, and then I can dive back into it. So since I work from home, I'm typically at my desk here for 8 or so hours a day, and I will just take a break every 45 minutes or so to kind of refresh my brain. What else to say? I'm amazed at how productive I am when I really focus on what matters. And, one of the things that I do in the morning, since I have several different things I'm trying to accomplish each day, is I'll sit down and plan out my day in blocks of time where I want to work which thing, and I always schedule in those breaks so that I don't get too depleted. So.
Yeah. That's brilliant. Since I work from home, this is my only job. Olivia's at school. I work during the day, and I'm not as good about the time management as Chea. I did learn that lesson about turning your phone into airplane mode. I don't do it as often, but I do have to say that one of the things that Chalene Johnson says, and Darren Hardy is always saying, that when you try to multitask, you're not doing your job very well at either thing that you're trying to do. So try to do whatever you can to put in devoted time into your business and into your home life, but don't try to do both at the same time, because it'll lead to resentment and hurt feelings. I'll never forget the day that I was on vacation with my daughter. We were at the beach, and she wanted to go out and play, but I had one last post to do, and I was determined to get it done. And she was 4. She walked over to my laptop, she closed it, she put it in the drawer, and she said, let's go play. And that was like my moment where I'm like, you know what? I'm not doing her I'm not doing her any good by doing this, and I'm not doing my business really good. So if you can find that quiet time when you could be really good at coaching and focus on one thing at a time, because you'll be way more productive, like Chalene says.
Yeah.
Okay. Relationships first, business second. People buy from you when they know you, like you, and trust you. Get to know your people before you start talking business and trying to sell them. Let people know you care and that you are always there to help. I always think about the annoying salesperson when you're like in the store shopping for something, or maybe you're just looking around and they're like, hey, let me help you. And I'm like, oh, I'm by myself. I just leave me alone. And they keep following you. Any questions, Jen? Any questions, Jen? You want to buy this? Hey, how about this? And I'm like, oh my gosh, do not be that person on Facebook. The same rules apply. You do not want to be that annoying person. And I know sometimes I get in the mindset, I'm like, I need to follow up with this person, this person, this person, this person. And I'll type out the message and I'm like, I need to reword that, because I just said, hey, you want to buy that challenge pack you promised me that you were going to buy last month, and I really need my points this month, so buy it today, or you'll lose out forever. And I'm like, delete, start over. Hey, how's it going? I saw you were on vacation. It looks like you had a really good time. Your daughter's growing up. And then I'll leave it there. And then we'll let the conversation go, and then I'll be like, so hey, this is on sale this month. Like, don't be the weird, annoying salesperson, okay? I can't stress this enough. You got to care about people, and they have to know that you actually genuinely care about them, and that you're not just signing them up or caring about them because you want their money or you want the points for the month or whatever you're trying to reach your goal. Be real and care about people. Take care of them.
Yeah. It's crazy. I mean, I think that goes right into the next thing that we're going to talk about, which is social media, so it's your job to know social media and to know what's working, what's not working, and what doesn't work is free to share a bunch of products and challenge group invites on your timeline. That doesn't work. You have to get to know people. And again, like, you have to be you. I was just watching another video from a successful person. She's actually a Beachbody coach. I didn't realize that at the time, because she doesn't ever say what MLM she's a part of. She's been doing it for 7 years. She's part of the Millionaires Club, but you would never know what she does until, like, you see this one little post of her and there's Turbo Jam in the background. And it's because she shares everything else about her life, and people get to know her and not her product. So you have to recreate what you're doing based on what's working on Facebook. And right now, live stream video is what is working. And if you have a business page, you should be doing it on your business page, not on your personal page. Now, I know that you get more engagement on your personal page. I know that you get more likes, and that makes you feel better when you do it on your personal page. But all those people on your personal page just like you. They're not necessarily going to buy from you. You need to have people following you on your business page that are connected to you because they like you and your brand and what you stand for. And you will get more people following you on your live stream if you're consistent. It takes a lot of time. I'm not there yet. I live stream 3 to 5 times a week, every single week, about all kinds of different things. And when I'm on, sometimes I'll get 6 people, sometimes I'll get 10 people, sometimes I'll have 1 person. But I do get 500, 1,000 views or more later, because Facebook continues to show that video to anyone who's like my page for a week or something crazy like that. So just be consistent and use it as a play place, right? Like, just kind of try things out, see what works. I never know what people are going to like. I would have never thought that people would want to see my husband on my videos. I mean, I know he's hot, but I didn't think it was going to do as well as it has been. Yeah. But I mean, people love having us both on the video. That has been working really well for me. And that's great, because I have an online mini course coming out about marriage and communication. So I got to get him in here more often. but I mean, just keep trying things out and see what works. Live video. Speaking of, if your sound cuts out and you've done a live video and you don't have sound for the first minute, don't freak out. Everybody's having that happen to them. Don't delete the video. Just make a comment and say, hey guys, Facebook's being tricky today. Looks like we don't have sound for about the first minute and 10 seconds. Just fast forward to that part. It's happening to everybody. You're not alone.
Yeah, it hasn't happened to me yet, but it happened on my live stream yesterday that I did with Hillary and Megan. Hers was like acting crazy and we didn't know. So thank you for that tip. Another reason why you guys want to be working and doing your business, live streaming from your business page, is because you become Googleable. And if you're talking about whatever topic, they can search you. When you're doing that from your personal page, you aren't Googleable. It's entertaining and it's wonderful and you're sharing great messages, but you want to make sure you're, this is how I would do it. I've only live streamed maybe once or twice on my personal page. I would make a post on your business page and share it, or tag to your personal page, and that would help your engagement and your views and comments.
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of that.
And you know what? That's back to, like, it's scary to do live stream if you haven't done it, but I've seen everybody on here rocking out the live stream, so keep it up. But if you aren't doing live stream, you're really selling yourself short, your business short, and you're not maximizing views and all of that on Facebook. Okay, our next and last final tip of the day. Okay, be willing to be a student. Learn from the experts, but don't forget to implement what you are learning. Some people get into student mode and never put things into practice. And you got to learn and take action every day. Otherwise, what's the point? And we're all here to build a business and grow a life for ourselves, but it's never going to work if you don't take what you're learning and use it. You got to take action every day. Not when the time's right, not when it's convenient, because it's never convenient to build a business. But it's the only way to build a business is to be a student, but put those things into action, into play constantly.
Yeah, that's perfect. I am a obsessive student. Like I am always in constant learning mode. I'm on to the next thing, almost to the point of a fall, like shiny bright light kind of a situation. But I'm learning how to stick with what I have in front of me and not move on to the next thing. Like Charity sent me this wonderful thing that she's just signed up for. And I had to pull my hand away from the computer because I just wanted to do it too. But I have to finish what I'm doing right now.
Well, it's a self-study course, so you don't have to be on.
Look, she's still trying to talk me into it. But you do have to implement. I mean, that is the only reason that the stuff that I do works for me, is because I don't just learn it. I go back and I implement it. And that is so incredibly important, because it does not do your business any good to just absorb it by osmosis and then do nothing with it. You have to implement, and it's scary, and it doesn't always work. And sometimes you fail, but then you learn from that and you get up and try again. Success comes from your failures. So.
Exactly. And failure once doesn't mean you're a failure forever. It just means it's a learning experience. And, you got to constantly be learning from everything that happens, and putting whatever you are putting your heart and soul into sharing it in your own unique way in your business. That's the only way you're going to be successful, because I've realized as a coach of almost 7 years that when I stop learning, when I stop growing, my business gets stagnant. And that's, I've been there. I've definitely gone through phases of that. It happens to all of us, but then you come back and you're stronger and you're bigger and you're better. And, it's just kind of how life is in general, not just business. So I'm excited to hear about what each and every one of you wrote down as your tips. I hope that when we share this video on our team page, that you'll share your notes and takeaways and hold yourselves accountable to what you're going to be doing to implement these 10 tips that we shared with you.
Anybody have any questions or anything?
Yeah. Unmute yourself. My beautiful friends. I love seeing everybody on here. It looks like Christy's doing her acrylics. That's pretty awesome that she could do her own.
So I have a question about the Audible thing you're talking about. Can you only get one book a month, or is there a limit?
You can get unlimited amount if you want. Okay. But you have to pay for it. If you want to do the monthly plan, I think it's $14.95 a month, and you only get one per month. But say, you have a whole bunch of books you just want to buy, then be my guest, you can totally do that. I had 5 credits saved up from my previous membership, and when I reinstated it, they gave me them back. And so I downloaded 5 books all at the same time. And I have so many beautiful ones that I can't wait to start listening to. So
I figured it would be good for me, and then for the kids for school too. I thought, well, it might be a better way to buy, to get my hands on books versus buying them.
Yeah, and Audible does a thing with Kindle where it's whisper sync, where it can read whatever the Kindle book is at the same time, so it's reading aloud whatever you have on the Kindle, and they'll go back and forth. So,
oh my gosh,
Tony, they also have some free books.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to tell you guys that I signed up for this other thing through Amazon. It's Amazon Kindle Unlimited. It's $10 a month, and you can get up to 10 books at a time to read for free. And so I actually have a whole bunch in my lineup, and for myself and for my daughter, because she was really excited too, because I have 2 Kindles, and I'm able to listen to my audiobooks and read these beautiful books that I have 10 of them in there. You can only get 10 at a time. I'm like, shoot. But I'm sure you could save it to your wish list or whatever.
Yeah.
So
with your Amazon Prime membership, you get one of the Kindle free books through the Kindle Unlimited a month.
You can also lend books to other people.
Oh my gosh, you guys need Kindle. Even if you don't have a Kindle, you can download the app on your phone and read a book on your phone. It feels weird for me to do that, so I've never done it, but I know a lot of people read books on their phone.
Yeah, I do everything from my phone. I need a plus. Mine's not big enough. I need the big giant for my old eyes.
You're gonna carry around an iPad? Is that what you're
That's
saying?
what my kid said. That's exactly what Dylan said. Mom, pretty soon you're gonna have an iPad you're carrying around.
Making phone calls. Hey.
Anybody have any more questions or anything else they want to add?
Any thoughts? Well, I just want to honor you all for joining us. I'm really glad that we were able to have so many of you join us live. And thank you to everybody who came early. I think that was really awesome and great surprise. And even if you didn't show up early, just being here is awesome. And I hope that you all will share the recording with your teammates and your takeaways. I really am excited to hear your feedback on what you're planning on doing and implementing for your success.
Thank you, ladies.
All right. Thank you, guys. You guys have a good day.
Yeah. Bye.